Okay. I say shalom, shalom, Shabbat, shalom to everybody. Shalom to all Israel. Shalom for this Shabbat day that the Most High have given us. Another day. You see the day is proceeding, and we give all thanks and praise to the Most High for this day. And yes, we're living in a very interesting time in our lifetime. We're living in a time where prophecies, historical events, things are going to shift and move history and certain events. All right, and we're living in a very, very, very perilous time, a very serious time, and a time where everybody has to pay attention and focus. And the Most High is going to get everybody's attention very soon. All right, before and after this election, people's senses are going to be awakened to the events that's going to take place in the earth. And you know, I like to touch on current events. That's my thing. I love that. And as we see, my topic, which is a very fitting topic, and the topic is, who will the ruling elites select? Will they select Kamala Harris, or will they select Teflon Don Donald Trump? All right? And to a lot of people, they say, oh, Kamala Harris has to win no matter what. She has to win. All right? That's the fervor out there. Okay? And I could listen to what people are saying, but everything goes according to prophecies, prophetic events. Nothing is going to derail or change that or alter that or stop that. Okay? Now, Kamala Harris is playing one role for the wicked agenda, the ruling elites, which is the shadow government, the invisible government, all right, the invisible government, all right, which I call a shadow government. That's the government that rules behind the scene, all right? And then you have the regular people, the common American people, the popular vote that votes for the so-called elected officials. And you go crazy, fervor, emotion. The person that you love, Kamala Harris. Okay? I'm going to say like Dr. Umar said, she's a part-time black woman. All right? Because she's not really a black person. Her mother is an East Indian. Her father is a so-called Irish, so-called East Indian. Okay? None of our parents came through the transatlantic slave trade of our ancestors. Okay? So like Dr. Umar said, a part-time black woman. Now, she's playing a role, a major vital role by the elites. All right? And why have the elites chosen her to play that role? It goes back to prophecies. It goes back to where? In the beginning, in the Garden of Eden, with Eve and Satan. Okay? Everything in life and history is based on what? Prophetic events. But the world and teachers and leaders don't tell you that. They want you to believe everything is just secular. I mean non-secular. But everything that's happening in the world is based on prophetic events according to the Most High's timeline. Okay? The reason why Kamala Harris is being placed in such a high level in this government, because everybody is saying, oh, women have been downtrodden, women have been castigated, women have been looked down and scorned, men hate women, and blah, blah, blah. But this is all the plan of the ruling elites and Satan. Okay? In the end time, his plan was to elevate a female, but using a so-called black woman to create that emotional drive that's taking place in the earth. So Kamala Harris seems like she has the popular vote. No doubt. Kamala Harris is going to win the popular vote. Hands down, no doubt about it. But the popular votes does not win an election. It's the electoral votes by the hidden elites government. I'm going to give you a prime example. Back in 2000, who won the popular votes? It was Al Gore. Al Gore won the popular votes. And Bush won the electoral votes. And who became president in the year 2000? Junior Bush. Okay? 2016. It was between Clinton and Teflon Don. Who won the popular votes? Hillary Clinton won the popular votes. Okay? Teflon Don won the electoral votes. And who became president? Teflon Don, Donald Trump. Now, if Hillary Clinton was not allowed to win the election as a woman back then, what makes you think now that Kamala Harris is going to win the popular votes now in 2024? Think about it. Hillary Clinton was the prime candidate of any female more likely to win the first female president when she ran. And she was an elect candidate of the ruling elites of white women. And they didn't elect her to become president. The ruling elites, the shadow government, chose Donald Trump because your popular vote does not put a president in office. Okay? Karadazar Wakar went over that class 2 weeks ago and shows you the popular vote and the electoral vote is what decides who becomes president. According to the electoral officials, whoever they choose to become the president, that's who becomes president according to the electoral votes, not according to the popular votes. We got to understand, America is a high level dictatorship run by elite rulers. It's not a democracy. That's what they want you to believe. It's a democracy. It's that illusion that they give you to make you believe it's a democracy, but it's ran by higher elites behind the scene. Okay? And I'm going to give you an example. They go by different names. They have many different names. They go by the Bilderbergers, the Trilateral Commission, the CFR, the Council of Foreign Relations, the Club of Rome, the Royal Institute of International Affairs, and many different names. The Rand Institute. And these are super ruling elites, oligarchy, aristocrats, plutocrats. It's a bloodline of family rulers that's running this whole show between America, England, and Europe. And you can vote till you're blue in your face. They don't care who you vote for. It's their agenda, what they want. Now they give you the inclusion that your vote counts. See, that's the high level of witchcraft and sorcery that's used on the people. Now, Donald Trump, what role is he playing for the ruling elites? Donald Trump is playing the role of the wicked real estate and the banking investors. Okay? This country is ran by bankers, elite bankers, investment, real estate, and the currency. The state that we're moving to is called a digital currency state that's coming in very soon. This digital currency is going to be a major role in what's coming, and it's known as the mark of the beast. Okay? Where you cannot buy or sell unless you have that mark. Now, a lot of people don't pay attention to Donald Trump because they say, we hate Donald Trump. But you have to watch the enemy. The enemy is clever, he's slick, and he's cunning. Donald Trump, a week ago, made a speech, I think it was in Tennessee, to a group of rich bankers, investors. And the statement that he made, he's going to make Bitcoin the new world order currency. Now, why would he make a statement like that if he doesn't know that he's going to play a role in that part when he gets in office? Okay? Now, what is Kamala Harris pushing? Now, they're using the part of a female feminist agenda. Okay? Where a lot of our sisters are running with that. Oh, yeah! It's time for the black woman to get in office. But remember, that's part of the agenda of Satan. It goes back to the Garden of Eden when Satan came, when the serpent came to Eve and said, listen, I'll make you a god, knowing good and evil. When he made that promise to her, it wasn't fulfilled at that time. But that promise is going to be fulfilled in this time that we're living in. But it's not going to be fulfilled. He's going to leave her hanging. He's going to take her to the pinnacle, and then he's going to drop you. He's going to turn your back on you. Okay? Because Satan has an agenda too. Okay? Satan doesn't work on his own agenda. Satan works for the Most High too, on the left-hand side. Just like the wicked works for the Most High on the left-hand side. Okay? There's only two forces in this earth. Good and evil. Left and right. Backward, forward. Up, down. Negative and positive. Both of them are created by the Most High. Both negative and positive. So the Most High said, choose ye this day which one you will choose, good or evil. Okay? Some people might say, well, I'm voting for the less of the evil. Evil is evil. Okay? It doesn't matter. Now a lot of people, especially our people, black people, I don't care what you say, brother. I'm voting for Kamala Harris. Why do you say that? Because of your emotions, and you figure that when Kamala Harris gets in, she's going to do for black women. But you remember, when Kamala Harris was doing an interview, and they asked her a particular statement. I wish you could play that tape, Yahweh. And she said, I just can't do for black people only. No! And she put the emphasis on, no! I just can't do for black people only. But remember, when she was in office, she passed a crime bill for the Chinese, for the gay and the lesbian transvestite. They had laws and bills put in place for them. But when it came to us now as black people, you just can't do for black people only. What is that telling you? They don't give a damn about you. They're only using your emotions. Trump, the same thing too. He's only using black people to get ahead. Like I always said, this is my perspective and wisdom on the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. The Democratic Party represents a reptilian serpent, whether it's a python or a boa constrictor. The Republican Party is a serpentine creature, a serpent known as a black mamba or king cobra. When those two lethal and poisonous serpents bite you, they take you out the way. What's the nature of a boa constrictor and a python? They're non-venomous serpent. They don't bite you. What they do, they surround you. All right? And they act like they're not threatening to you. And when they get close to you, they wrap themselves around you. And they start to squeeze you and squeeze you. When you start to struggle, they apply more restriction. They constrict you more and squeeze the daylight out of you. And when you're dead, then you swallow you whole and eat you. That's the characteristic of a python and a boa constrictor, which is the Democratic Party. That's what they do. They kill you slowly by choking the daylight out of you. The Republican Party, they hit you with that venom. Straight up, get out of the way. That's the Republican Party, the Black Mamba and the King Cobra. Both of them are playing a vital role. But the majority of our people go for what? The Democratic Party. Because you love to be killed slowly. You love the slowful pain. Okay? So you got to choose your poison. Choose your poison by the venomous snake or by the boa constrictor or the python, which chokes you out to death. Then he eats you whole. Choose your poison. You understand? But our people have to learn the hard way. Okay? Because what we're going to show you in the scripture is something that you have to ponder and consider. Okay? Life is a learning experience to bring you to a higher level of consciousness to the Most High. Not to stay on a low level with low frequency. We were put here on the earth as a people to elevate our consciousness, to become righteous rulers of the Most High. Not to be stupid, dumb, and ignorant all the rest of our life. Okay? So if you're in that state of mind, wake up, repent, and change your mindset. Everything begins with changing your mindset. Once you change your mind, the body will follow. But if you remain in a stupid, dumb, ignorant, uninformed, willingly stupid, and ignorant, because the scripture said a lot of our people are willingly ignorant. And the Most High said because of that, he will send you a strong delusion that you will believe a lie. Okay? It's the Most High that's sending the delusion that people believe a lie, because they don't love truth. They love to hear smooth things. They love to hear lies. Things that appease your emotion. Make me feel good. Make me feel good. Go no. You know, sometimes people say, I got two things to tell you. Which you want to hear first? You want to hear the bad news or the good news? Let me hear the bad news first. To hell with the good news. Okay? I prefer to hear the bad news. That way I could deal with it and confront it. But a lot of times the good news is not really good news. It's just to make you feel good for that moment of time. And that's what our people want. We want to feel good. But you got to also remember too, America, the good old USA, under Satan's authority, was the place of our punishment. America was the place of our punishment from the Most High for disobeying and breaking the Most High laws. America was not the place for us to enjoy eternity or a lifelong rulership. This was only temporary. So the Most High allowed the wicked to rule, and he punished us. Then at the end of our sentence, which is our 400-year sentence, then he's going to begin to raise us up and deliver us. And we're at the end of our 400-year sentence. Now the Most High is going to begin to judge the wicked rulership of the wicked. And Donald Trump is playing that role of that wicked. Okay? I don't vote for nobody, whether it's Democrat or Republicans, because they all have an evil agenda against the people of the Most High. That's right. Kamala Harris have a hidden agenda too. Don't let that fool you. Remember, who is she married to? What is her husband? Edomite. Not just an Edomite, more than an Edomite. What is he? No. He's a small hat, a so-called Jew. Okay? So you know who runs this country? So-called Jews. The so-called Jews. So is she going to look up, is she going to turn her back against the interests of them? No. Go look up AIPAC. Okay? AIPAC that runs this country, that tells every president what to do when they get in office. Donald Trump, you think he's going to not support Israel? He's going to support them 100%. Every president that gets in office supports the state of Israel with weapons and money. Why is your money, your tax money, supporting somebody that has nothing to do with your plight? It was Germany that put them in that situation. It wasn't us. So why are they taking our tax money to pay for their problems? But yet we can't get reparations. Why is that? You got to see what's going on. It's all a game they're playing with us, man. So Kamala Harris, her husband is a so-called Jew. She's not going to go against her husband. She's going to support, because he is there to make sure she supports the state of Israel. Okay? And if she say anything against the state of Israel, they will put her behind a check. They will let her know, listen, your job and duty is to support and finance the state of Israel by any means necessary. America will not stop supporting the state of Israel. They just got $3.5 billion just the other day. Okay? They're going to support them until they're dragged down into this third world war. Okay? And they're going to find out the people that they've been supporting for the last 100 years are not the people of the Most High. The people of the Most High is right here in America that you brought in slaves. That's the people of the Most High. And the Most High tells you, they're going to say, man, go to Jeremiah 16:11 real quick.
16:11.
Jeremiah 16:19. Then we're going to go to Proverbs 16:16, Job. Go to Jeremiah 16 and 19.
Read that book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 19. O Lord Yahweh, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction.
And the Most High is our refuge in the day of affliction. The Most High is going to be our refuge. Go ahead.
The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth.
The Gentiles are the other nations, mainly white people, white European people, and all the other nations. Go ahead.
And shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies.
And that's what they're going to say when the truth is finally brought out to the highest level. Oh man, we were taught lies. We didn't know that you were the people of the Most High. Oh, those people are not the people of the Most High. They're going to find out, and they're going to say, wow, we've been taught lies by our fathers. By who? By your historians, your scholars, your theologians. They taught the people massive lies to keep this lie going for a long period of time. Continue reading it.
It says, vanity and things wherein there is no profit.
And vanity is nothing that's vain, that's worthless. It's nothing. Vanity and lies. And that's what they're going to find out very soon. That they were taught lies by their scholars, their biblical leaders, the so-called historians, the so-called scholars in the higher learning, in the collegiate level, in the preschool, elementary school. They were taught lies by their teachers and their scholars, and the truth is going to be brought out. Okay, so let me jump into my subject now. I know a lot of people is going to be mad and offended because, oh, you hate black women. No, I don't hate black women. No, I'm going to hate the black woman. My mother is a black woman. My sister is a black woman. Okay? But I have to bring the truth to reality. The agenda that's being promoted is a black feminist agenda. It goes back to the Garden of Eden. I'm going to show you that too. Okay? So now, Zechariah,
sure.
go the scripture to Job, the 20th chapter.
Now the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 5.
Read the fourth verse. Fourth verse. The fourth verse first.
Fourth verse, yes, sir. Now, book of Job, chapter 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth?
See, stop right there. See, now Job is going back into history. He's laying a foundation now. Knowest not this of old, since man was placed upon the face of the earth? When was man first placed upon the face of the earth? Back in the creation, when the Most High made man and male and female and put them in the garden. So Job is going back to the beginning when the Most High started his creation with mankind. So read that verse again.
Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth?
Go ahead.
That the triumphing of the wicked is short.
That the triumphing of the wicked is short. What does that word triumphant mean? The reign, the ruling. Okay, that reign, that glory, that triumphing is what?
It's short.
Is short. So the wicked has to be revealed and put in place. If the wicked is not put in place, guess what's going to happen? If the wicked is put in place for that appointed time, what's going to happen? It's going to shorten our time. So the wicked has to be put in place and manifested. The wicked is playing a timeline for our exodus. Everything is building up to our exodus out of America. So the longer this is prolonged, the longer we're going to be here. But the quicker that the wicked is placed in position, the faster our deliverance is coming. Now, If Kamala Harris win the election, it's going to prolong it because what? Our people is going to think, oh man, this is it. We made it. We finally made it now. That's what our people is going to think. We finally made it now. Where a black woman is to the highest pinnacle of office. And that's going to drop your guard. That's why the Most High said, rise up, ye women that are at ease. When it says rise up, it doesn't mean rise up to some power glory. It means wake up to reality of what's coming. Because what's coming is pure hell and trouble in these last days. So finish reading Job 20 and 5.
Starting from the top, it says, that the triumphing of the wicked is short.
See, the triumphing of the wicked is short. Go ahead.
And the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
And the joy of the hypocrite is just for a moment. Okay, go ahead.
Though his excellency mount up to the heavens.
It says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens. What is his excellency that's mounting up to the heavens? What is his excellency?
All the things that he's doing, like in this high position, all the things that, like lies and all that stuff.
His rulership, his wealth, his money, his technology.
Take all of that.
All the things that he's doing since the last 100 years. That man has come to the state of the Industrial Revolution. His technology for the last 100 years, technology has increased tremendously. You go back 100 years, technology 100 years can't be compared to today's technology. So he said, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, though he exalt himself with all his pride, his technology, his military, his conquering of nations, his policies that he's using to rob and steal from nations. All right? Read that verse again.
Though his excellency mount up to the heavens.
It has reached the height, the apex. Okay? Go ahead.
And his head reach unto the clouds.
He's full of pride and ego now, arrogancy. Okay? Go ahead.
Yet he shall perish for every like his own dung.
Read again.
Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
And you know what is dung, right?
Yeah, what that is.
Feces. That's how he's going to perish. Okay? So the wicked has to be exalted, then he has to be brought down. He has to be manifested to the whole world. But mainly to the people of the Most High. Continue.
They which have seen him shall say, where is he?
Where is he? Because something is going to happen. Continue.
He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
Go ahead.
The eye also which saw him shall see him no more.
So you see him now. You looking at, beholding him. But after a while, you're not going to see him no more. Okay, continue.
Neither shall his place any more behold him.
What is his place? His place is his rulership that he has. His wealth, his power, his politics, his technology. Okay, go ahead.
His children shall seek to please the poor.
What does that mean when it says his children shall seek to please the poor? Do they really want to please the poor? So what does it mean when it says his children shall seek to please the poor? We want to take a shot of it. Pretending in what way?
To appease us.
That's what I was
To appease us, yes, go ahead.
You know,
In democracy, and what else?
to keep us in that same, state of mind where.
But what are the tools that he's using? What are some of the tools that he's using
His laws.
to make the poor feel that he's with them?
Well, hold up, say it again.
Read the verse again.
No, what's up? Which one? The eye also.
No. What verse you left off? He said his children shall seek to please the poor.
Verse 10.
Oh, well, it's 10, but I knew it wasn't there. His children, what? His children shall seek to please the poor.
Now, what tools or policy or what form of power that he's using to implement or do those things to make you believe that he's trying to seek to please the poor? Right? Mm-hmm. You get a one, you want. That's right. That's part of it. Go ahead. What else? Equality, right? Go ahead. Those are some of the things that he's using. Money, jobs. What else? Huh? Voting. Civil rights. The civil rights was the major point that he used. Remember, when Lyndon B. Johnson got into office, he was the only president that came to the highest level of looking out for the poor of black people, where he implemented what? The civil rights laws and legislation. Okay? Lyndon B. Johnson was known as the president for black people, for poor black people during that era. In 1965, when he came out with the civil rights, okay? The fair housing equality, not being racist against whenever you go to a store to buy or purchase or getting banking loans or anything. He implemented laws and legislation in a form of protection against black people from the racist institution. So that's why he said he shall seek to please the poor. But that was all an appeasement. You understand? Because remember, prior to the civil rights, what was happening to black people? We were fighting for what? Civil rights. We were being sick by dogs, sprayed down by water hoses, beaten by a billy club. That's why you had Martin Luther King in the street protesting, marching, we shall overcome. Okay, holding hands, marching. So what they did, they used that strategy to appease us. Because if they didn't appease us, what would have happened? We have been rebelling and rioting in the streets. And you can't afford to have that. So how do you appease a hungry lion? You feed it. You give him food. You toss him some food to the side. So that's what they did to us. You understand? But that was the Most High doing that too, to help to ease some of our oppression. You understand? Because the Most High said he will never forsake his people. So the Most High had to use him to implement some of those, to alleviate some of the oppression that we were going through. You understand? So that's what it says. He shall seek to please the poor. That's what he's doing. Now also too, now he's using Kamala Harris now to push what? A female black agenda. Yes.
I found that video.
You found it? With Kamala? Yeah. Play that video 1 minute. I'm going to come back to it. Play that video. Yes. And this is Kamala Harris right here.
Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
You see?
So, hey, what's up, y'all?
You see? She's not going to sit here and say she's going to do something that's going to benefit black people. So then why do you want black votes? I understand? Why do you want black votes if you're not going to sit here and just only do things for black people? But you did for everybody else? You see how they are? She said, no! No! Here she put that emphasis, no! That voice got higher, no! That demon came out, yeah.
And she know the elites is listening.
Yeah, she has to play both sides of the fence. She's playing to appease your emotions, but she said, I have to do what my masters say behind the scene. Every last one of your elected officials are working for the elite government, the elite secret government. And they have to know how to say certain things to appease you and how to stay in line with their masters. Because if they get out of line with their masters, you're not going to get up there. Right. You understand? So she had to say that to let the women at least know, listen, I'm not just going to give everything to black people now. I'm still working with you. Now, it's a good thing.
That clip is only 8 seconds long.
8 seconds long. And see, everything is recorded and kept as archives records to play back when you screw up and when you try to lie. So it came out her own mouth. I'm not just going to sit here and say, I'm going to do only things for black people. No! Her voice, my pitch get high. No! Yeah, she emphasized, no, I'm not going to do that. So what is she going to do when she gets into office? She's going to take you to the pinnacle, and she's going to drop you like a hot potato. Okay? What you going to see. But my perspective, I strongly believe, that's me speaking. I'm not saying for everybody, but me personally, according to what I see prophetically, she will not get in office. She will win the popular votes, but she will not win the electoral votes. Teflon Don will win the electoral votes. And not because I love Teflon Don, but because he has to play the part of the wicked to make our people wake up to the truth. That's how the Most High is going to make our people come to the truth. When the wicked is put in front of your face and the wicked is on you like a hot iron, hammering you. The Most High said, in your affliction, you will seek him early. Okay? It's going to take the wicked to make us return back to the Most High. Okay? And I'm going to say it again. I said it 6 months back. Will Teflon Don re-emerge as the elected candidate? I'm going to say yes. Okay? And he's going to get back in there. Okay? Either he's going to get back in by a coup, he's going to force his way in, but the elites is going to put him back in the office to finish their plan. You know why? Because America is at the end of their rulership. Okay? This is the end of their rulership. And this is the last end of the Roman Empire. And if you know how the Roman Empire came into power, it wasn't done by voting. It came into power by war and taking nations down. Bloodshed. Okay? That's how the Roman Empire came into power, and that's the way it's going out. And the ruling elites know that they're at the end of their rulership, and they have to contend and deal with two major forces, China and Russia. And they're not going to allow to put a female in position. They want a staunch, white-blooded, male chauvinist, arrogant, pompous, arrogant, white ruler, known as Teflon Don. He's the man they want in office. That's their spirit. That's their true nature. No, brother. No. Mark my words. Mark my words. But if I'm wrong, I will accept I'm wrong and I'll apologize. But I know according to prophecies, according to the time that we're living in, to the timeline of America's reign, the end of their rulership, the end of this Roman Empire, they will put Donald J. Trump, Teflon Don, back in office to finish off what they have left. And we're going to go into the scripture and show you why I said these things. Okay? Now finish reading that 10th verse of Job.
Yep, I'm stopping. Tell me to say.
You know, in fact, play Kamala Harris tape again. I like to hear what she said. No! I like to hear that. It turns me on. No!
Like, what? Wow, that's crazy. Funny.
Yeah, give me a minute. We're gonna pull it up. I like to hear that. That sounds sexy. I like that.
Oh, no.
Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
You see? She said, let's be clear. Let's be clear about this. She stressed that emphasis. Let's be clear about this. I'm not just going to sit here and just do something for black people only. No.
It's like Barack Obama
Yeah.
said, I'm the president of everybody.
Yeah, I'm not just here for black people. Why they always do us that, man? Why do they always shortchange us, man? You understand? I'm telling you. Okay, let's go back to Job. But I like that. That's the record there. That's the timeline and stamp for black people to see what we're up against. Okay? And Trump is not going to, listen, Trump is not going to do nothing for you neither. Okay? Trump is a, I don't want to say it because I know they're going to take the video down. Okay? But Trump is a black mamba. He's a poisonous, venomous snake. Okay? But the good thing about Trump, he doesn't hold back what he say and what he meant. He tells you straight up, whether you like it, want to appease you, he tells you straight up. Like he said, Kamala, all the years I know her, she was Indian. Now she's black. She's black. He said black. He told you straight up. He said, you understand? Trump is that type of guy. He's not going to hold back and play games with you. He's a brute beast. He's a low life nigger. Put it that way. That's what he is. He's a nigger on a low level. Okay? All right. Finish reading Job 20 and 10.
Yes, sir. I'm reading again from Job 20 and 10. It says, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods.
So his children shall seek to please the poor, and that's what they've been doing. All right, giving you money, affirmative action. They put certain leaders to sell out. They put you as boule leaders. Everybody know what's a boule leaders, right? Boule leaders are certain blacks that make it to the top, and they're gatekeepers to protect the interests of the white rulership, and only a few amount of blacks could get to that position. They monitor and they watch that position. It's only a hand-picked, selected few blacks could make it to the top and become rich. Okay, Oprah Winfrey is part of it. Okay, she's part of that boule society. Yes.
And that's just to give you hope.
Just to give you hope, a false illusion. Okay, everything is set up in this system in the matrix. Okay, okay. Continue reading on.
It says, his bones are full of the sin of his youth.
Right. Go ahead.
Which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth.
See, wickedness is sweet in their mouth. That's their thing. They love wickedness. Okay? Now some people might think, but Trump is going to bring in Project 2025. Project 2025 is not just part of Trump plans. That's part of the plans of the ruling elites too. That's part of their agenda. That's part of the final agenda that's going to be brought in. Not just by Trump. Even Kamala Harris is going to have to uphold it when she gets in there too. But she's going to come around and do it in a different way and method. You understand? She's going to do it in the sly, crafty way. But the Republicans are going to do it right in your face. Take it. You understand? The Republicans are not going to sugarcoat it. But the Democrats will sugarcoat it. And eventually it's going to be brought in. Okay? It's called a process of
Elimination of that.
it's called a process of where something is gradually implemented, slowly but surely. Okay? That's how the Democrats operate. The Democrats operate on a level of slowly implementing a certain idea and philosophy and doctrine. The Republicans bring it straight to you, whether you like it, accept it, or want it. Okay? Yes.
Ben, to show you what you're saying is right? When you bought a house underneath Obama, they had an insurance they called the PMI insurance. What they did was they took it away, and they didn't ultimately take it away. They said, all right,
they gradually
just this piece, and then throughout the duration of the loan, you don't have to pay it back. When they came back into power, they put it back, and now you have to pay
triple
throughout the duration of the loan. So this is crazy. So
Yeah.
what you're saying is true.
That's how they operate.
Yeah.
You understand? But the Republicans, they're straight up devils. You understand? There's another concept too, the wolf and the fox. Which party represents the fox? Which political party represents the fox?
Just said that.
What is the characteristic of a fox?
Cunning.
sly, cunning. What is the characteristic of a wolf?
A wolf just take you out. Right?
A wolf comes out ferociously and attacks you.
Attacks you.
He doesn't play no game. He's not waiting for the second chance. He comes out straight for the kill. The fox, he come around, plays, run, come back, and then he comes in for the kill. That's the Democratic Party. The Republicans go straight for the kill. That's the wolf. Vicious. Okay? Okay, so continue reading on.
Yeah, it says, though he hide it under his tongue.
Though he hide his wickedness under his tongue, go ahead.
Though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth.
It's still within him. That's what it's in his DNA. It's in him. He's not going to change. Continue.
Yet his meat and his bowels is turned. It is the gall of ops.
You know what's the
within
gall
him.
of asp? Asp is a poisonous snake. Look up the word asp, A-S-P, and see what it tells you. An asp is a poisonous snake, a very venomous snake. Okay, so it says it is the gall of asp, of an asp. Gall, you know what's gall? Something that's bitter. Anybody found? Look up the word asp, A-S-P, and see what it says.
A small southern European viper with an upturned snout.
Right? So it's a viper, And vipers are poisonous snakes. Okay? Go ahead.
Yeah, so it said, he hath swallowed down riches.
See, he has swallowed down riches. How has he swallowed down riches? By robbing and stealing and conquering nations of their riches, mainly Africa. Go ahead.
And he shall vomit them up again.
But he's going to vomit them up again. He's going to give it back up. Because what he stole is not his. It's going to be taken back from him. Go ahead.
The Most High Power shall cast them out of his belly.
See, the Most High is going to cast it out of his belly. Go ahead.
He shall suck the poison of ops. The viper's tongue shall slay him.
See, the viper's tongue shall slay him. A viper is a poisonous snake. All right, a cobra, a black mamba. Okay, what's a rattlesnake? That's a viper too. And the good thing about a rattlesnake, though, before it strikes, it lets you know. It rattled that tail to let you know I'm gonna strike. All right. So when you hear him start rattling, get the hell out of Dodge. Don't stay there and say, "Oh no, scared of no snake." I don't like snakes. None of them, whether they're poisonous or non-poisonous. I don't want no snake around my house. Talking about you got a snake as a pet. Mike Oliver, remember the female, the white woman that had the snake in her house? Right. Had a python, a boa, a python. The silly, dumb white broad had a big friggin' python sleeping in her bedtime with her pet. All right? How stupid can you be? She had a python sleep in her bed. So the python wouldn't eat for days, for months. He's just there. And she's like, why are you not eating? Why are you eating? So she went to the doctor. I found the doctor with the vet and said, my pet snake is not eating. You stupid. So the vet said, hey, the reason why he's not eating, because he's sizing you up to see when he could swallow you and eat you whole. When the white brought her, she was like, oh, yes. The python was in the bed checking you out to see how much he could consume you and swallow you whole. So he was fasting for that whole entire time. So when he eats you, he will be full for that whole month. And the job of python, he crushes you, and then he swallows you and eats you whole.
That's right.
A python could swallow a man, a cow. Okay, it will take him a while, but he will swallow that cow whole. Yeah.
Show you how simple these white people are. Pets like
Yeah.
this guy had a pet of Komodo dragon. He kept them. His neighbors were telling him, his office buddies were telling him, yo, don't keep that thing. Next thing they know, he's dead. And they ate him for lunch. They told him not to keep the thing. I don't know what they think of these animals.
Yeah, you don't tame. You can't tame that. You can't tame a serpent.
Komodo dragon.
No, Komodo dragon.
That's a vicious thing, man. That thing is serious, man.
They own their own island.
Yeah, they live down in desolate islands, man. You can't tame a snake. I don't care how much you have a snake. You can't tame it. When he gets hungry, you're his dinner. Especially if it's a python or a boa constrictor.
Just their saliva alone is lethal.
Yeah. You understand? So I don't want no. I don't care if you're a little baby snake. I don't want no snake. A little baby snake come to be a big snake. Okay? I don't like snakes. I don't like none. So the Most High made them, but He made them for a reason, and they could stay on that side, not next to me. Ain't gonna snake stay in my bed, sleep in my bed. You crazy? And you got a snake sleeping in your bed. Stupid, man. Talking about her pet snake. You should have already ate her behind, boy. You got a snake sleeping in your bed next to you. All right, go ahead.
It said, he hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up. Okay, I'm reading it. Again, Most High Power shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of the ops. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods.
Right, he's not going to see prosperity in the end. That's what he's looking for. Because remember, Trump and his supporters' statement, their main motto is what? MAGA. Make America great again. America is not going to be great again. It's over. This is the last go around. All right, we're going home. Our exodus is near. Let's go ahead.
Next verse. So when I'm starting again, somebody said, he shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore.
See, that which he labored for shall he restore. Everything that he has garnished and gained, he's going to restore. All right? But guess what? Eventually, we are going to get reparations. He's going to cough up that money. All right? The Most High is going to force him to give us back what was due us. But he's not going to do it in his own power. But we're going to get some before we leave it. Just like when we left Egypt, it's going to be the same thing all over again. All right? Go ahead.
And shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor.
And that's what he has done since the beginning of time, since he came into rulership. Because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor. That's what he has done. He still doesn't give a damn about the poor. All he does is use and exploit the poor. And notice when every political person gets in office or they're running, right? Their main speech is, when we get in office, we're going to look out for the middle class. Why you never hear him say about the poor? It's always about the middle class. What happened to the poor people? Because the poor people is just there to use and grind, to blood suck you. That's all it's about. All right? And the Most High tells you, hold that. Let's go to the book of James. I want to show you something here. James, the 2nd chapter.
The book of James, chapter 2, verse.
I'm going to tell you right now, James. James, the 2nd chapter. And start here from start from the 6th verse. James 2 and 6.
Okay. The book of James, chapter 2, verse 6. But ye have despised the poor.
Who have despised the poor? The rich, the powerful, the ruling elites. The same people that up here trust, oh, we're going to vote for this party, we're going to vote for that. They don't give a damn about the poor. Read that verse again.
But ye have despised the poor. Do not rich men oppress you?
Who oppress you? The rich. That's their job. Their job is to oppress you, to make your life miserable. Read that part again.
But ye have despised the poor. Do not rich men oppress you and draw you before the judgment seats?
And what is the judgment seat that they bring you to? Their court system. That's why they set up the court systems.
Not for themselves.
Not for them, but to oppress you, to bring judgment against you. And who was famous for that? Kamala Harris. When she was an attorney general back in California, she was sending you to jail left and right.
The poor ones.
All right? What's that?
The poor ones.
The poor. Yeah, she wasn't sending the rich to jail. It was the poor. All right, go ahead.
Do not they blaspheme that worthy name by the which ye are called?
And that's what they do. They blaspheme the name of the Most High and you. Okay, go ahead.
If you fulfill the law, if you fulfill the royal law.
Okay, that's it. Okay, now from there, lose all those scriptures. Now let's go to Proverbs 16:4. So now I'm showing you the reason why Trump is going to get back in office. All right? Why I personally said he's going to win the re-election. Not by, but hear me good now. Not by the popular votes.
Right.
Kamala Harris will win the popular votes of the people. But Trump will win the electoral votes by the ruling elite.
That's right.
You said she's leading in all the polls now.
Yeah, she has a popular vote, no matter what. That's a fact. That hands down. Because she's running that fervor, and that fervor is running of that feminist agenda. You understand? So she's going to win. And then, like I said, there's more women than men. More women vote than men. All right? So the society caters to a female perspective more. All right? Okay, so Proverbs 16:4.
Read out the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 4. The Lord Yahweh hath made all things for himself.
Who did this?
The
The
Most
Most
High.
High did this. He made all things for himself. Go ahead.
Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Even the wicked for the day of evil. That's the purpose of Trump. And he has to play that part. You can't stop that. He has to play that part to the T. And it's going to be manifested. Read that verse again.
The Lord Yahweh hath made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
And are we in the day of evil? Yes, we're in the day of evil. We're in the day of great evil. Okay? And he's going to play that role. All right? Because that's the agenda that the Most High is going to use to wake our people up. Because if Kamala Harris gets back, our people is going to fall right back to sleep again. Just like we did with Obama. The reason why they put Obama in office was to put you back to sleep so the ruling elites could get their affairs in order. Obama was only used as a band-aid to put you back to sleep so the ruling elites could get their agenda in order. The elites, they had the agenda completed in the time that Obama won the election. So they had to use a certain device. You understand? To get and to borrow time to get their full operation in order. So they had to put Obama in office to appease our people. And we fell for it. We fell for it hook, line, and sinker. And we were crying. Our people was crying. I lived to see when Obama became president. The first black president. And what did he do in behalf of us? Nothing significant. He was only there to continue the legacy and the operation of the ruling elites behind the scene. You understand? Let me stress this again and tell our people. There is a ruling elite known as the shadow government, the invisible government that runs this entire system. Okay? And their sole purpose is to keep white Eurocentric supremacy alive and running by any means necessary. By any means necessary.
mean it stopped in America. It's all.
It's global. It's global. But America is the foundation of their white supremacy. Because America is the last of their ruling empire that was established by the British Empire. After the British Empire became a ruling empire, they passed the torch to America. And America is the last ruling empire of the Roman Empire. America is a modern day Roman Empire that's fulfilling the last leg of their rulership before Christ Hamashiach returned to put an end to the Roman Empire. See, you got to remember, when Daniel the prophet had that dream with Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar had that dream of 4 empires. Okay? And while he lived, only one of that dream was fulfilled. And that dream was the dream of the head of gold, which was Nebuchadnezzar. The other 3 empires, which were the Greeks, the Persians, which was the empire of silver. Then the other empire, the empire of the Greeks, which was of brass. And the other empire was the empire of the Roman Empire. The beasts of iron and clay did not come into play yet. But now, we're living it out right this moment. So Nebuchadnezzar never saw the full extent of that vision, but he only saw his vision of his empire, which was the Neo-Babylonian Empire under Nebuchadnezzar. But he didn't live to see the rest of those empires rule. But now we are living to see the end of this empire come to an end. And what did Daniel say at the end of that empire? It said, the rock, which is Christ, Yahushua, is going to smoke, is going to smite that beast and break it into pieces. And that's the empire that we're living in right now. The feet of iron and clay, which is the Roman Empire, which is America. That's the time we're living in. So everything is based on biblical prophecies. That's the way the Most High said, using the children of Israel to determine world history. History is based on biblical prophecies. If it's not based, if your history is not based on biblical prophecies, it's off. Just by America being in existence is based on biblical prophecy. And the end of America's existence is based on biblical prophecy, where it's going to be burned with fire. It's going to be burned with fire. That's the end of America's history. All right? So Trump has to get in to play that part, to fulfill that part, where Christ and the angels coming to destroy this wicked empire. All right? So we read Proverbs 16:4, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, we're going to come back to Teflon Don. Now, let's deal with Kamala Harris. What role is she playing now? All right? Let's deal with Kamala Harris. I'm not just going to sit here and say I'm going to do things for black people only. No! That sounds so... I love she said, no! I like that. No! And that no is an emphatic no. That no is not a maybe, yes, I think so. That no is no. Because her husband is going to tell her, don't you dare do anything for those black people. Because her husband is a so-called Jew. And he is there for the interests of his people. And she's not black. She's a part-time black woman. Okay, just like Dr. Umar said. That's his words. I'm going to repeat his words. So I don't want to take his shine from his words. That's what he said, Dr. Umar Johnson. She said, this part-time black woman. And he's right.
And Trump said it too.
Trump too, right? Teflon Don, right? Yeah. All right? So now, but I don't hate Kamala Harris. But I know what she's about. She's playing a role. She has an agenda to play. Okay? And she knows it too. She knows it too. Every last one of them know their role and agenda. She knows she's playing that role that was given to Eve in the garden. Okay? So let's go into that now. Like I said, everything is based on biblical prophecies. Let's go back to Genesis in the beginning of time in the garden. Let's go to Genesis, the 3rd chapter.
Now the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse
I'm going to tell you now. Genesis 3, and let's start from the first verse. Genesis 3 and 1.
Yep. Read the book of Genesis chapter 3 verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
Now stop right there. Now it says the serpent. What is the characteristic of a serpent?
Sly,
Cunning, crafty, very patient. A serpent will wait for you until the opportune time to strike or to swallow you whole. He's not in a hurry. Check out a boa constrictor or python. They ain't no hurry to devour you. They'll take their time. All right? While you calm and cool, they're not applying no pressure. But once you start to struggle and resist, they start to apply more pressure. And when you struggle more, they get tighter. And the more you struggle, they get tighter and tighter until they stop feeling your vibration of you struggling. And then when you finish, then they take their time and swallow you whole and eat you. Now, a serpent, a poisonous one, when it wants to get his prey, it waits for his prey. It's silent. It goes on whisper mode. You ever see the white man made his technology called the chopper car, whisper mode? It goes in silent. It doesn't come in with a noise. It goes in silent. You can't hear that chopper when it's coming in. He has it. Where he could go into a country with a chopper in silent mode without you hearing the propellers moving. Okay? So the serpent, he goes in that silent mode. And what does he use? His senses to pick up your vibration. It's called a pick. And he stays there. And he moves and he senses your vibration. And when you see that you nonchalant, you stupid, that's when he strikes and bites you. Check out the nature of a serpent. They're very crafty and cunning. Very patient. Okay? That's why Yahushua said, he tells you in the Matthew, he said, be humble.
Be wise as a serpent.
He said, let me get the correct. He said, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Now, is he telling you to be a serpent? No, he said, learn the characteristics of a serpent, how he operates. A serpent is very wise. He's not stupid. And a dove is what? How is he harmless?
Humble. Dove is humble.
He's humble. A dove will sit there and let you pick him off and kill him and shoot him. You understand? He's a harmless creature. All right? So, read that verse again.
From the top of Genesis chapter 3 verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh thy power had made.
Now, this wasn't really a serpent in the garden. Okay? For a lot. This is parables. This is allegories, dark sayings, metaphors. This was not really a serpent in the garden, but he calls him, because the white man is a serpent. And anybody, even a black person, that moves in a certain way is a serpent too. They appear saying in the street, yo, that nigga moving like a serpent. That nigga's like a serpent, man. And some black people operate like serpents too. Like snakes. A snake in the grass. A cutthroat. Alright? So this serpent was more subtle. He was more smarter, more clever, more ingenious, more slick than anything that the Most High made. He was aware. He was informed. He had words. Okay? He knew how to bring the right words. How to entice you. How to deliver something. How to approach you. Do you know one of the greatest way? I shouldn't give out the secret. The greatest way to approach a woman, is it by you coming like a wild beast? No. You come in a cool, calm, presentable way to a woman. You present a woman, you come to approach a female in a way that's going to make her feel like she's not less than nothing. You can't come to her like, yo, B-I-T. No, you can't approach a woman like that. If you want to really impress her and get her off her feet and swoop her and mesmerizer. You gotta come with charm. You gotta come like Don Wong. Player. You understand? You understand? You can't come like a wild beast. You understand? All right. So that's how the serpent came to the woman. Okay, he came cool. He had a lot of time on his hand. He was counting down like, let me see. Give me a week. I'm gonna tap into her mentals in a week time. He came to captivate her mind. That was his mission. He came to get into her mind. You understand? So this wasn't a one-day process. This was a everyday, a lengthy process until he finally got into her senses. You understand? And one of the greatest way to really attract a woman is to get into her senses, her mind. Tap into her mind. Okay, whether you do it deceitfully or honestly. Okay? I'm just showing you how the game runs, but I don't deal on the negative. I deal with the positive side. So when I approach a female, I approach them with sincerity and righteousness. If I like her, I'm going to tell her I like her straight up. Straight up. You understand? I'm not going to come with no hidden agenda. All right? Because most men come with hidden agenda. You understand? You like a woman? Tell her from the first day you see her. You like her. Let her know who you call it. Yeah, man, sister, man, I like you, man. Woo. I ain't gonna lie, man. Come straight up. Don't come with a hidden agenda, playing games, kind of stick. When you try, your ultimate goal is to do what? The ultimate goal is to get into what? You know what, right? I'm not gonna say, right? All right. So read that verse again.
It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
So he was more subtle than any beast of the field. Go ahead.
Which the Lord Yahweh, thy power, had made.
See, he was more subtle than any beast that the Most High made. All right, go ahead.
And he said unto the woman.
And he said unto the woman. Now, he already had his rap. He already had his rap already good. Down packed. And he said to the woman, he had it down packed. Yashar Alaba. He had it down packed. You understand? He wasn't freestyling now. He had it tight. His game was tight.
Right, straightforward. What?
He had every comeback to her respond. And I said, he had to say, well, I'll come back to you next week on that now. He had to respond to everything that he said to her. And she came back and said, but what about it? He said, and he came back with it. But one thing he didn't do in the end, he didn't tell her the full deal of that package. Okay? So, now he said, and the serpent said unto the woman. Who was the woman? A black woman, Eve. Adam and Eve were black people. They were not Caucasians. Okay? Adam and Eve was a brother and a sister in the garden. Chilling in the garden. Okay? Eve was a sister. A bad sister too. Okay? A fine looking sister. Okay? Okay? She wasn't no knockoff. Okay? Go ahead.
Yea, hath the Most High Power, Father Yahweh said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden.
So he already said, he came back and said, he said, yeah, have the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. So now he's trying to play back on our emotions what the Most High already said. So what he did was trying to create what? Doubt.
Doubt, yeah.
He was trying to create doubt in her mind by doing that. Because the Most High already told them, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden, except certain trees. So he came back now and said, here, did the Most High say you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? He went straight to her. He went in laser focus, laser attention, straight to her. You understand? So he had an initial plan to wear and tear and break her down. All right, go ahead.
And the woman said unto the serpent.
Now she said to the serpent, she was talking back to the man. It wasn't a serpent now. Okay, for people out there. It was not a serpent crawling, whispering in the garden, and then eventually stand up. No. yeah. Then he eventually, no. See, See, the Most High is so good how he put things in the Bible, man.
What?
You know what I mean? The Most High put. That's what the Most High said. Go to Psalms. Psalms.
32:8. Tastes easy good. Not that one.
Psalms 90. He said, "I open my
90.
mouth in parables and dark sayings." Psalms. Let me. Psalms 90. Yeah, 96.
Psalm 96. Now the book of Psalms, chapter 96, verse.
Let me. You sure? Psalms 96.
Oh, let me see. You probably want to.
Give me 1 second. No, that's not it. Psalms 90. 91. Let me see. 91. No. I know it's in Psalms 90 something. Give me 1 second. I haven't read it in a long time.
What's it pertain to again?
It says, I will open my mouth in parables and dark sayings.
Oh, you got it. I can't call
Psalm 78 and 2.
That's it. To water. To water.
To water.
That's it. To water. Excellent. To water. To water.
So, go ahead and read it now, no?
You said Psalm 78?
Yeah, 78 and 2, we said.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, you're right. That's why
Yes.
the brother.
Okay,
CQ.
start from the first verse.
Yeah, all right. So, read the book of Psalm, chapter 78, verse 1. Give ear, O my people.
See, it says, "Give ear, O my people. Listen, my people. Listen attentively." All right, go ahead.
To my law.
To my law. Go ahead.
Incline your ears to the words of my mouth.
Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. Incline. Listen attentively. Open that physical and spiritual ear. Go ahead.
I, the Most High, will open my mouth in a parable.
In a parable. Okay? Go ahead.
I will utter dark sayings of old.
I will utter dark sayings of old. Parables. Okay? Go ahead.
Which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us.
Go
We
ahead.
will not hide them from their children, showing to the generation to come the praises of the Lord Yahweh, and his strength, and his wonderful works that he had done.
Okay. Now go to Matthew 13, and then we're going to go back to Genesis. Go to Matthew 13.
Matthew 13.
And Yahushua said this himself out of his own mouth.
13 and 13.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
13:13.
Mm-hmm. Actually, start from 9.
The book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 9. Who have ears to hear, let him hear.
Is it talking about your regular hearing ears?
Nope.
No, because everybody hearing every day, but they're not really hearing. It's talking about your spiritual senses, your awakened senses. Okay, go ahead.
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
So the disciples came and said, "Man, why are you speaking in parables, man? Why are you talking in these dark sayings and riddles and stuff like that? Why you don't just say it plain and open like that?" All right? So read that 10th verse again.
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? And he answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given.
It's not given to everybody, only to a selected few. So when you hear this word and you can recognize it, that's a blessing, and the Most High tap into your zone. Understand? And that's give all praises to the Most High. Once you can recognize this word, because the Most High said, "My sheep hear my voice." And if you could hear it, and most of the time, all it takes is common sense. It doesn't take rocket scientists or book sense. Basic common sense. And all we have to do is listen. That's the key to a lot of things. The Most High said, "Be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools." A lot of people don't want to hear. They just want to blah, 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 run their mouth before they could hear. Okay, finish reading that.
It says, For whosoever hath to him shall be given,
So whatever you have, the little wisdom that you have, go ahead.
and he shall have more abundance.
You're going to have more. The little bit that you have, and you could learn from that and increase, you're going to gain more. Okay, go ahead.
But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath.
Go ahead.
Therefore speak I to them in
He
parables.
said, therefore speak I to them in parables. And what's the meaning of a parable? Something that's written in riddles, dark sayings. Okay, something that's mysterious, not easily understood. Okay, go ahead.
Because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand.
Okay, all right. So now go back to Genesis now. So in the beginning in Genesis, it was not a serpent, it was not a cobra, it was not a python, it was not a boa constrictor, it was a man. It was a man. All right, came down in the flesh. Okay, Satan came down in the flesh as a man. Okay,
And to get to Eve, he had to be cool and handsome.
and guess what? And guess what? He wasn't a white boy neither. I'm gonna have a hit y'all something here. He came looking just like us,
Just like a brother.
just like a brother. That's the only way he could pull off what he did. He had to come looking like a brother. But that spirit that was in him was the spirit of Satan. Okay? In order for you to be deceived, most of the time, greatly deceived, it has to be by your own. That's close to you. Somebody that looks like you, represents you, talk like you, act like you, do things that you do. You understand? And you're going to find out Obama is that too. He's coming back too. That boy's coming back too. Barry is coming back too. He's coming back to finish his job too. We always said it from day one. Obama is the Antichrist. And he's coming back too. All right, okay? But that's another subject. I'm not going to lead you on to that, but he's coming back. He'll be back soon. All right? Okay, go ahead.
It says, and the woman said unto the serpent,
Now, Eve said to the serpent now, she spoke back to him now. So remember, they had to have a good conversation in order for him to respond back to him. She had said, who are you? I'm not talking to you. I don't know you. But he introduced, let me introduce myself. Let me introduce myself. Let me clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. Okay? That's what he did. All right? Go ahead.
we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden.
She said, yeah, we could eat of all the trees of the garden. All right? Go ahead.
But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden,
She knew that. She knew. Because Adam told her, the Most High told her, you can eat of all the trees of the garden, but that particular tree, don't eat of it. Okay? Now, in a nutshell, the tree represents people and their doctrines and philosophy. It wasn't actually a fruit tree. Okay? What Eve ate was not an apple. And the apple did not stick in Adam's throat that gave him an Adam's apple. I don't know how people get that stuff from. Where do you get these things from, man? He ate the apple and the apple stuck in his throat and gave him an Adam's apple. No. No. Eve did not eat fruit, actual fruit. Philosophies and doctrines also represent fruit. What she ate was the fruit and the doctrines. And most I told him not to partake of the different doctrines and philosophies of the people in the garden. So the people are represented as trees. Man is represented as trees. All right? That's hip talk. In another class, I'll go more into that, but I'm just letting you right off the top right now. Trees represents people. All right? Go ahead.
it says, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden.
And what does a tree produce? Fruit. Right? So what is your fruit that you produce?
Children.
Okay, your children. Now, you as a person now, Yahweh Shai said, a man should be known by what? His fruits, by his good fruits. Your ways, your mentality, your character. All right? What you project is your fruit. The mindset that you have, your character. Your character is very important. Who you are as a people, as a person. All right? So the fruit that she ate was the doctrine, the philosophy. And that's what he brought to her. She didn't actually eat an apple. There's nowhere in here it says she ate an apple. And you can eat all the fruits you want in the world. It's not going to make you wise. What it does, for health reason, it does. It cleanses you and makes you stronger by eating fruits. Fruits is a cleanser. It cleanses your body. It nourishes you. But it's not going to make you wise. All right? Go ahead.
The Most High Power, Father Yahweh, have said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
And don't touch it. Touch it means to partake of it. If you touch that philosophy and you incorporate it in your life, you're going to die. But did they die at that time when they touched it? No. That was later down the line. They died spiritually. They got disconnected from the Most High. All right? Continue.
And the serpent said unto the woman.
So the serpent came back and said, and he came back like Kamala, no. The serpent came back and said to the woman, he came back in probably a nice way. But listen to this. Listen to this, my sister. Sister, you know I'm not here to trick you. He was rapping, man. You got to picture this thing what's going on here. For a woman just to drop her guards like that, that dude was doing some serious rapping, man.
Very skillful.
Skillful, articulate, sharp. He wasn't bumbling and acting like a gremlin with his pants down his behind. No. He came well sharp, dressed, looking good, smelling good. You understand? Got the right words, man. Know how to drop the lyrics, man. Okay? So go ahead. Read that verse again.
Yeah. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die.
Listen, man, you're not gonna die. Who told you you're gonna die? He said, you're not gonna die. He made that emphasis just like Kamala. No. All right, go ahead.
For the Most High Power doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened.
See what he said? Your eyes is going to be open. What eyes was he talking about?
Spiritual
Her
eyes.
spiritual eye. Not her physical eye, but her spiritual eye was going to be open. It's going to be open to know certain things. Okay? Go ahead.
And ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
And see what he told her? You're going to be as gods, knowing good and evil. And part of us coming here into America as punishment is to know the evil, to make us into gods. All right? We had to know what evil is. In order to rule this earth, you have to know good and evil. All right? And Adam and Eve had to know good and evil. The only thing they knew in the garden was what? Righteousness. They didn't know evil and sin until they incorporated and took on that doctrine. All right? So he was planting a seed in her mind. Listen, you take of this fruit, you're going to be as gods, knowing good and evil. And he was showing her from that point up until the future things that was going to take place. All right? He peeked and tapped into her mental. All right? Go ahead.
And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat.
And she took it, she consumed it, she took it in. Okay? Go ahead.
And gave also unto her husband with her.
And then she gave it to Adam. She brought it to Adam. Now when she brought it to Adam, she had to do the same thing too. She had to rap to Adam. She had to wear his ears down. I'm going to give you an example. Remember Samson and Delilah? Now she was wicked as hell. How did she break down Samson? I want the sister to tell me. How did Delilah break down Samson? Sure, I want to tell me. Tell me, sure. How did Delilah break down Samson?
Yeah, that love Charles. Talking him. Yeah, I love talking him.
Gabriel.
She used those tears and told him you don't love me.
Right. She used her emotions on him. Samson, you don't love me, Samson. Why are you doing that to me, Samson? And she cried, crying him. And she didn't do it one time. She did it every day. Samson, why you don't tell me, Samson? Why are you holding back from me, Samson? If you love me, you won't deny and tell me those things. Because she wanted to know what was his secret to his strength.
And she held back to the Punani.
I'm going to say, you know,
So she, you understand? So she was playing him, and she was getting to him. She was like constantly getting at him. Samson, why? Because her mission was to do what? To utterly and finally destroy him. She didn't really love him. She was using love as an emotion to get to him. But he was simple.
And she was another nation.
And she was another nation. And he's simple as he was. He always want a different nation. He don't want his own people. And you see that today with all the athletes. They want these other white women. They don't want their own women. And you know he was strong. So he loved her. He liked her. And she played him good. She like, Samson, just tell me where your strength is. And he'll tell her, listen, man. He said, what's stronger? He said, what's stronger? He said, what is sweeter than honey and stronger than a lion? So he started playing word games with her. What's sweeter than honey and stronger than a lion? That's Samson. So everybody wanted to know what that really was, but it was him. He's showing you he's a brother. And he said, a brother is sweet, I'm strong. You understand? So she was getting to him, trying to work with him. And he finally gave in after she wore him down every night. And he said, listen, if you bind up my locks together, put them together, then you will get my strength. And she finally got it. She told her Philistine, her people, yes, we got him now. Come and cut his dreads. Come and cut his locks.
That's how you know he was simple.
He was simple.
After he did that, and after she told him that, after he told her that, and they did that to him, he should have known that she was out.
After him, because they did it many times. They came in to get him many times, and he broke loose and destroyed them. So he should have said, wait a minute, woman, you don't really love me. And then he finally fell for it, because she came with her rap. She came rapping too. You understand? Because remember, these were two black nations. The Philistines were African nations, and we, the children of Israel, another black nations. So you got to remember, everything in the past were all black. There wasn't no white people incorporated back then. The Philistines were black people, Africans, and we were the children of Israel. Samson was a Hebrew Israelite of the tribe of Dan. You understand? And she got to him. She got to his emotions. And he finally gave in. Yes, Gabriel.
But the sad part is that his parents tried and tried again to get him to stay with
His own people.
nation, and he didn't want to do it. And
Right. That made it. Because the Most High had a mission for him to do that, to destroy the Philistines. But he didn't know the mission. He didn't know the mission. You understand? Yes.
There's no one say for the listening audience, his locks was braids.
It's,
not
right. There's braids, right.
It also shows you the power that women have.
Mm-hmm.
Because Samson was strong. I mean, you know how strong.
But he was mentally weak.
Solomon was wise. Okay, and these incidents show you the power that women do have.
Right.
But that's on the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I see what they can do if it was on the right-hand side.
Right.
They do have that power.
Right. So we're not going to diminish. Women have powerful powers too if it's used under positive. You understand? And that mesh together with the masculine power creates harmony and power. But when that feminine power goes against the masculine power, it creates a conflict and a division. And that's what this system is about. They're creating Kamala Harris to create what? A division against black men to create a feminist black agenda. You understand? And that's part of Satan's plan. He knows once the black man and black woman is separated and divided, you could conquer. That's the ultimate strategic end result of his war game against us. Remember, this is a war against the black woman and the black man. So he's using the black woman as well too. But they're not aware of what the game is being played upon them. They think it's something good that Kamala Harris is going to get into office. But no, this is a feminist agenda. And she knows it, but she's not going to tell you.
This game been playing from day one.
From day one. From day one. Understand? So everything that's what the Most High said, for everything that was written aforetime was written for our learning. Through patience and comfort of the scriptures, we might have hope.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
You understand? So Delilah played her role too, and she played it good. And Samson fell for it. Just the same way Satan played that role with Eve. You understand? Shows you everything starts with what? Words. Words. The Most High said, what was the first thing in the beginning? The Word. The Word was there in the beginning. Words are powerful. You understand? In the tongue is what? It's a power of life and death. Okay? Your words have an effect. Okay? You understand? Everything is spiritual. Yahweh Shai said, the words that I speak unto you are life. They are spirits. Alright? So Delilah did the same thing to Samson. And Satan did the same thing to Eve in the garden. He played on her emotions. Okay? So continue, go back to Genesis.
Verse 6. It said, out of Genesis chapter 3, verse 6, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her.
And she gave it to her husband, and she came with the same wrap too. Look what I got here. So, Adam like, hey, where you get it from? What's going on here? So she had to come back with her smooth wrap now. And tell him, well, look, there's nothing wrong with it. Just try it. It'll be beneficial for us. All right? Go ahead.
And he did eat, and the eyes of them both were open.
And their eyes became open to their surroundings of the evil. Okay? Go ahead.
And they knew that they were naked.
Now, when they said they knew that they were naked, they wasn't naked physically. They knew they became exposed to their surroundings of evil. So they became naked. That naked means you were undressed from the righteous way of the Most High. And you became fully embraced with evil. So that made them naked. The covering that the Most High had for them, his spiritual covering, was taken away. So they were exposed now. You understand? Well, just like when you get caught, let's say your mom made some cookies, right? And she put them in a jar and said, boy, don't you dare touch those cookies until I get back. And you wait till your mom going to bed to sleep, and here you go, climbing and going and putting your hand in the cookie jar. Then your mom said, boy! Then you look around with a cookie in the mouth chewing. You're exposed, right? So now you're naked because your mommy told you not to touch your cookies. So you can't say you didn't do it because she caught you with the cookies in your mouth. Eating the cookies, so you're exposed now. You've been naked. You understand? That's the same with Adam and Eve. They were exposed. The whole surrounding have been exposed. The Most High covering has been taken off from them. Now they have been exposed to the negative and the evil. So they became naked to their surroundings. They weren't physical naked walking around, Adam walking around swinging, and Eve just walked. No. They wasn't doing that. The Most High is too civilized to have people walking around butt naked in the garden. Come on. The Most High is on a higher level, man. Even when we came out of Egypt, we had clothes and stuff. The Most High made clothes and said what to wear, what not to wear. Come on. You see, but this is the thing that we've been taught from false Christianity. All right? Go ahead.
And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons.
So they try to cover up their sin by trying to blend it in amongst the other people. The covering of the fig leaves is the cover. Those are parables, dark sayings. They try to cover up their sin. Okay, go ahead.
And they heard a voice of the Lord Yahweh, Most High Power, walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves.
Now, you can't hide from the Most High by saying how they became carnal. That spiritual blessings and insight was taken away from them. Now they became on that level of carnal. They spiritually died. You gonna hide from you can't hide from the Most High. Just like a lot of people think they can hide from the Most High, right? When you do something, you look back. Nobody ain't watching, right? But you're not looking up, right? You're only looking back, but you're not looking up. You should look up. Who's watching, right? The angels. The angels keeping record of that too. Don't mind who's watching there behind. Watch if the angels keeping record of a note of that, what you're doing. That's what people don't realize. The Most High said the angels keep a record of everything that we do. And if your sins outweigh your righteousness, that's when the Most High bring judgment to you. You gotta let your righteousness outweigh your evil. All right? So they try to hide themselves amongst themselves, the people in the garden. Now the Most High did it just to see where they are and what they're thinking about. You don't think the Most High knew what they did and what they was doing? But he did it to see their response, to see if they're going to be truthful or they was going to cover up what they did. All right? Read it again for that verse.
It says, and they heard the voice of the Lord Yahweh, Most High Power, walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord Yahweh, Most High Power, amongst the trees of the garden.
See, the trees are the people. They blended themselves amongst the people. They didn't go and hide behind the tree. You can't hide from the Most High behind a tree. The Most High said his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So how you going to hide behind a tree from the Most High? See, these are parables, dark sayings. They try to hide himself amongst the other people in the garden. Go ahead.
And the Lord Yahweh Most High Power called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid.
Why are you afraid now? So he's right there. He's exposing himself. Why were you afraid? Because he know what he did. So he's getting ready to bring up his alibi. He got his case ready now to tell the Most High.
Eve, the woman you gave me.
You know what I'm saying? He had his case already building up to tell the Most High. Oh, you can't tell the Most High that. That's why in the day of judgment, we can't come with the Most High with no excuse. All right? Go ahead.
Because I was naked and I hid myself.
He said, I was naked and I hid myself. Go ahead.
And he said, Who told thee that thou was naked?
So the Most High is going back to, the Most High is going along with his game now to see. The Most High said, Who told you you were naked? Who told you you were naked? All right? Go ahead.
Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, The woman whom you gavest to be.
He's passing the buck already. He ain't taking the responsibility. He's passing the buck already. Right away, he's passing the buck. You understand? He should have said, listen, I screwed up. I did something I was supposed to do. I ate of the tree. Right away, he said, no, the woman. Passing the buck already, man. He said, look, the woman you gave me. The woman you gave me. I said, he passing the buck already, man. Ready to put her under the bus. Yeah. Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
going to say something I tell you. Remember now, way before the woman was created, he gave Adam instructions. That's what I want to say.
All right.
So, yeah.
So Adam came back with his rap. He had his alibi ready to give to the Most High, man.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's human nature, man. Human nature, boy. All right. Read that verse again.
Yeah, well, from top says, and the man said, the woman who thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord Yahweh Most High Power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat.
He said the serpent tricked her. All right. Okay. But in this process here, Satan made a pact agreement with Eve. Okay. And it wasn't going to be fulfilled in her lifetime, but it was going to be fulfilled in the future. All right. It was going to be fulfilled in the future. And he made a promise to her that you will be God's eventually. You're going to have power. Okay? And I want to show you that. I want to show you that too. I'm going to close out because I'll make this a part 2 most willing. All right? I want to show you. And go to Zechariah, the 5th chapter. Now I'm going to close out here. Zechariah, the 5th chapter. I want to show you something here. Because he made a pact agreement with her that was supposed to be fulfilled in the latter years of time. It wasn't going to be fulfilled in the time that she was living. It had to be fulfilled in a certain kingdom and a certain period and a certain time frame. All right? Zechariah, the 5th chapter. And you're going to start from Zechariah, the 5th chapter and the 5th verse.
Now, book of Zechariah, chapter 5, verse 5. Then the angel that talked with me went forth and said unto me, lift up now thine eyes and see what is this that goeth forth.
So the angel was showing Zechariah a vision. All right, go ahead.
And I said, what is it? And he said, this is an ephah that goeth forth. He said, moreover, this is their resemblance through all the earth.
See, right? And through all the earth. This ephah is a resemblance that's going to go through all the earth. Now hold that and go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 31.
In the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse.
I'm going to tell you right now. And read the 20th verse. Now listen good to this now. I don't want us to take offense to this, but this is something that's occurring and that's happening in our lifetime. This has been happening for the last, I'll say, less than 100 years. I say within the last 60 years. All right, Jeremiah 31, 22.
In the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter?
Speaking about the children of the daughters of Israel. All right, go ahead.
For the Lord Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth.
See, for the Most High Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. Go ahead.
A woman shall compass a man.
And what does that mean when it says a woman shall compass a man? What does the word compass mean?
To go above you, to bypass him.
To bypass him.
To be above him.
Or to be above. Is that not happening in the era that we're living in? You go back 100 years, that was never so. In no society. But it's happening more prevalent now. So the agenda that they're trying to promote and push is that feminist agenda. Okay? So read that verse again.
How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh hath created a new thing.
See, the Most High have created a new thing. This is a new thing. All right? Go ahead.
A woman shall compass a man.
See, a woman shall compass a man. That's prophecies. That's happening. Satan knows that too. So he uses that for certain individuals that has the power to bring about those things. And this is really why he's using Kamala Harris. Okay, now go back to Zechariah. I'm going to show you the fulfillment of that in Zechariah. All right, let's continue.
Read the book of Zechariah, chapter 5, verse 7. And behold, there was lifted up a talent of lead.
A certain amount of lead, a certain weight. All right, go ahead.
And this is a woman.
And this is a woman. He's giving the example of a woman. All right, go ahead.
That sitteth in the midst of the, that sitteth in the midst of the ephah.
That sitteth in the midst of the ephah. All right. Now, why did he use a woman? Because he's showing you something that was going to be played out in the future. All right, go ahead.
And he said, this is wickedness. And he cast it into the midst of the ephah, and he cast the weight of the lead upon the mouth thereof. Then lifted I up my eyes and looked, and behold, there came out 2 women, and the wind was in their wings, for they had wings like the wings of a stork.
And wings represents what? What does wings represent and something? Flying and what else?
That's man.
Exaltation.
Yeah, exalting. Yeah,
Exaltation.
excellent. Yes.
All right, go ahead.
So, for they had wings, and they lifted up the ephah between the earth and the heaven.
So it was lifted up between the earth and the heaven. I mean, it's going to be exalted. Now he's going to show you where this was going to be exalted. Go ahead.
Then said I to the angel that talked with me, whether do these bear the ephah? And he said unto me, to build it an house in the land of Shinar.
Now, where was the land of Shinar? Where was the land of Shinar? In ancient Babylon. Going back to ancient Babylon. Now, the reason why he said Shinar, because America was not established as yet. So America is resemblance to ancient Babylon. Okay? Now Shinar, when you go back and you read, let's go back, I'm going to show you. Go back to Genesis. Go back here to Genesis, I think it's the 10th chapter.
It's the 10th chapter?
The 10th chapter. And it tells you, that Abraham came from, okay, the Genesis 11. See, everything goes back to the beginning and comes right back to the end. Okay, Genesis 11 and 1.
The book of Genesis chapter 11 verse 1. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech.
Okay, that happened after what? After the Tower of Babel, right? Now, I mean before the Tower of Babel. Before the Tower of Babel. The whole earth was of one speech and one language before the Tower of Babel got destroyed. Okay, go ahead.
And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar.
In the land of Shinar. The land of Shinar is in Iraq, ancient Babylon. All right, go ahead.
And they dwelt there.
And what was ancient Babylon famous for? What was ancient Babylon famous for? Who was the most profound ruler of ancient Babylon? And who, before Nebuchadnezzar? Nimrod. Nimrod was the beginning of all the civilization back there in the east. This is where everything started from. With Nimrod in the land of Shinar. Okay? Read that part again.
It says, and it came to pass as they journeyed.
Journeyed.
Your point, journeyed to what? And it came to pass when they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower.
So what was they building right here? the Tower of Babel. Okay, go ahead.
Whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
So they wanted to make a name for themselves after the flood. So we will be scattered upon the face of the earth. Right? Go ahead.
And the Lord Yahweh came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men built.
Right, because Shinar in the land of Babylon, Iraq, was a major civilization of great technology, influence, philosophy, the same way America is today. All right, so they took the same doctrine of philosophy from ancient Babylon and brought it to here, modern day Babylon, America. All right, go ahead.
And the Lord Yahweh said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do.
So they imagined to do anything that came into their mind. So were they cloning back then too? Yes, they were. They were doing a lot of wicked things back then too, man. Okay, go ahead.
Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord Yahweh scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city.
So they built that great city, and Nimrod was that great ruler of that city. All right? So now go back here now to Zechariah.
Zechariah?
And read the 11th verse.
Now, book of Zechariah, chapter 5, verse 11. And he said unto me, to build it an house in the land of Shinar, and it shall be established, and set there upon her own base.
And what's a base? A base, a foundation. So that's what they want to implement. The same thing that Nimrod started, they want to end the same thing over here. But, like I said, Satan is going to bring her to the pinnacle, and he's going to drop her. One more verse, and I'm going to close out, but I'm going to continue this because I still got to go more into Kamala and Trump, the role he has to play. God, Trump has to bring in that mark of the beast system. All right, Teflon Don is going to bring in that Teflon, that currency, a new digital currency system. Remember, what is Trump's profession? What is he? A businessman, a real estate, a tycoon, and a banking investor. He deals with bankers. So he has to fit that role. And who is working with him to bring in that digital currency? Elon Musk. Elon Musk, BlackRock. You remember, Elon Musk, all of them supporting and pushing Bitcoin to become that new digital currency. All right? Kamala Harris doesn't have that in her agenda. Okay? So, go to Isaiah. I want to show you something here in Isaiah. Because, like I said, Satan is going to take them to the pinnacle, but he's going to drop her, man. He's going to use her. You know what? I'll leave that for next week. I'm going to end the class here. I'll leave it for next week because it's after 2 now. But most are willing. I'll continue this with Kamala Harris and Teflon Don. Now, I'm not telling anybody to go vote for nobody because we don't vote in here. We don't vote for no party. Okay? Whether Democrat or Republican, because they're all against us. They're not for us. But people are going to do what they're going to do regardless of what. Whether we tell them or show them, they're going to do what they do because they got that belief. But the outcome of this election is going to play a tremendous and pivotal point in our exodus. You understand? Because our exodus is right around the corner. Okay, it's not far off. Okay, and remember, when we were in ancient Egypt, what attributed to our exodus? The oppression of the children of Israel. The more we got oppressed, that's when the Most High said, Moses, I've heard the cry of my people. Go down and tell Pharaoh. All right? So when the oppression gets real heavy and tight, because Jacob's trouble is coming. Okay? We haven't seen Jacob's trouble yet. All right? So brace ourselves and hold ourselves firm to the Most High for what's coming. I'll say shalom, and I'll end the class right here. I'll continue next week, Most High willing.